Hey there, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments Podcast, Healing While I Heal, where I share real life stories and their divine healing translations. So let's just get straight into it. So Spirit brought into my awareness and memory about what I used to do before I went to any job interview, right? I used to go to whatever bathroom or wherever there was a mirror, essentially, and I would look at myself in the mirror and I would just remind myself and speak the words of saying, you are the perfect person for this position. You are the only one for this position. There's no way that they could ever see anyone else in this position besides you once they meet with you. You have all the words that you need to say. You are confident. You are brilliant. You are beautiful. And this position is yours if you want it. It is yours to turn away, essentially, right? And what I realized, because in the moment, I didn't really think about what I was doing. It was just something that I had constantly done. It was something that was put on my spirit to do, right? To kind of affirm myself. But what I realized in hindsight and what spirits reminded me of is that I was prophesying over that interview, right? I was calling in the I am, the great I am, if you will. I was determining and making sure that there was no alternate scenario in those situations and circumstances. Now, as a funny aside, there was only one time that I can really recall that I didn't do this, right, before I went on the interview. And in all actuality, it was because I didn't really want the position. It was just something that I was interviewing for because I felt like I needed a second job, and I was in like a really bad situation and circumstance where I knew I needed to somehow, some way come up in the world, if you will. But when I went for the interview, it was completely clear that the position just was not for me. And that, of course, in hindsight, being 2020, I recognize that that's why I didn't say those same words. That's why I didn't feel that same vigor. That's why I didn't feel that same passion behind what I was about to do. Now, mind you, every single step along the way, whether it be a job position, place of employment, saying the same thing, right? That we actually like, air quotes, or don't like, air quotes, that's kind of a moot point, right? Because everything that we do, if we pay attention and if we're open to it, then it's going to give us experience to get to that greater destiny, right? And when I say greater destiny, I'm not talking about you have to save the planet, right? Maybe you will save the planet, who knows? But I'm not saying that we have to go into those gargantuan realms in our thinking, because that can become overwhelming. And if you're anything like me, if I get too lofty in my dreams and visions, even though they're there, then I feel intimidated and I want to just kind of sit still. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take a nap. It's kind of like when I have tons of things to do around the house and I just don't know where to begin. So I just sit there and do nothing instead. Of course, we know that that's not helpful at all. But anyway, I'm getting off the point. The bottom line to this bottom line is start prophesying over what it is that you're trying to call into your reality, right? It's so easy to go into stuff and be like, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to get it. They're probably not going to like me. I'm not going to know what to say and all of those types of things. Well, let me just tell you, words are wishes. That's what I always tell my kids, right? We're casting spells. We're putting curses on ourselves, essentially. So if you say it and if you believe it, then that's what's going to come true. So how about instead of putting that negative juju on yourself, how about speak some sort of life into your existence? How about speaking what you crave and what you desire into your reality? And then here's the key. You got to keep working towards it. Like, I couldn't just go in the mirror and be like, I'm going to get this job and then go home, right? No, I had to still go to the interview. I still had to talk. I still had to essentially sell myself in certain respects. But it was there for my taking. But you know what? I'm not going to keep talking and talking because I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. And if you're not, then maybe the message isn't for you just yet. And so in the future, maybe you'll have to come back and revisit. But that's it for now. So if this message resonates, and that means it is for you. And if not, that's cool too. Just keep it pushing. Either way, I thank you for listening, and I wish you the very best day ever. Until next time, you know the vibes. Peace. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to check me out on all of social media. I'm basically everywhere you probably shouldn't be. But when you look me up, remember it is Marissa Moments, and that is Marissa with one S because there is only one me. So until next time, happy healing.